Hi friends, it's Steph with Steph's on a Budget, and today we're going to be getting ready to set up our budget for our paycheck of April 21st. So it's already the 20th, so I'm a little bit late on this one. But we're going to jump right into it. So looking at our monthly spread, we're getting paid on the 21st. So we're going to be paying everything in kind of this bluish color. And this is also going to carry over into May just a little bit. So we'll have a few things there as well, but mostly we'll be working here. And this is going to be our last paycheck of the April pay period. If you're new to my channel, it's my husband and I, and we have 4 kids, 3 of which still live at home. Our oldest has moved out. So when we're looking at variable expenses and stuff, we're really looking at, a household of 5, but we are a family of 6. And yeah, so I am looking forward to seeing how this budget goes. I do have a few kind of new things and odds and ends that are happening with this pay period. So let's jump on in. I also don't do kind of normal monthly budgeting, if you will. Like I don't budget from the 1st to the 30th of the month or the 31st of the month. Because I don't get paid monthly, so that just doesn't work for me. So I've kind of set up a little monthly tracking period for the year of 2023, so I kind of know what I'm working with. And April, even though we technically didn't get 3 paychecks in April, I've set my budget up to where, these 3 paychecks are kind of counted as April's budget, if you will. So yeah, okay, so we're gonna get jumping right on in. So let's pull out our budget paycheck tracker here, and I'm gonna go ahead, let me flip the book back to here, but I'm gonna move the book out of the way just because it's so big and bulky here. Okay, all right, and then let's go ahead and zoom on in, since we're just working with the one sheet, that way y'all can see. And I did not take the time to fill this out in advance, so we will just fill it out today together, you guys. And then I'm gonna do this weird thing and just pull out another piece of paper to put underneath this. I don't know if anybody else is like that. I don't care for the feel of writing like on one little piece of paper. So, all right, I'm going to turn you a little bit just because that's easier for me to write. So we're getting paid April 21st. And we have 2 full-time paychecks coming in. Both my husband and I work full-time. So I'm salary, he's hourly. So we've got pay 1 and pay 2. So for our first paycheck, we usually expect around $2,700, and our second, I always budget for the least amount possible. So we're going to budget for 17 there. And let's pull in our calculator. So 27 and 17 is going to give us 4,400 for income to work with. Typically both of these will be just a little bit more, but I always like to budget for worst case scenario and then kind of build from there. Okay, next thing we're going to do is focus on our fixed expenses. So these are our monthly bills, if you will. And first off, we're going to do our mortgage. And then we also have our truck payment. Okay, so these two are kind of new. Well, actually just the one is new. So I'm not going to worry about, we normally have a credit card, but we did a balance transfer in that one. But I use that card still for gas, and so I need to pay myself back for gas, which you'll see in tomorrow's cash stuffing video. So I'm going to just leave that for now, and I'm not going to set that up as a payment. But I also, we owe in taxes this year, which we're not surprised by. We have for the last couple. So my state tax is going to go ahead and come on out of this budget. It's just a one-time thing for $89. And then let me jump back up here. 421, 421, 422. Okay, and then our half a mortgage, 1150, and our truck, 1013. Okay, so 89 for that state tax. And then we have a Kindle unlimited subscription. That's $11. And then we have our iCloud subscription, which is also $11. Okay. And then we have Amazon. It's like a little kid, I don't know, it's like a little kid subscription for my daughter's little Fire tablet. And that's $6. Okay, and then we have Disney Plus. This is like the pay period of all of our subscriptions for the month. So Disney Plus is $12 for us. Okay, and then I wasn't sure what I wanted to do here, but I think I'm going to go ahead and add that debt snowball in, but we'll do it over here so it makes more sense. Okay, then I have our cell phones are also due, and that's $312. And if you're new here, we pay for 5 phone lines and a tablet, so 6 devices. And our cell phone includes free HBO Max as well. So we got to get rid of that because we got it with our cell phone carrier for no extra cost. Okay, and then we have our Apple card that we're working on right now. This is our current, debt snowball, if you will. And that we're going to budget $200. That is over the minimum payments. It's just what I've always paid, and so we'll just keep it as that. Okay, and then let me flip to May and see what we've got in May. Okay, another debt snowball, and then I've got our internet on the 3rd, and that's $50 for our internet. Okay, and then we have our Bank of America credit card that we paid off, but we had some residual interest, and I think that's $3. I'll double check it, but I'm just gonna take a guess on it for now. Okay, and so that takes care of all of our fixed expenses this time. So let's add all those up. I feel like I'm missing something, so let me just double check. Oh, I know what it is. Okay, so this is going to be $2,857 for our fixed expenses. So let's go ahead and bring that in, and then we'll take that from the $4,400. So that's going to leave us $1,543. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and bring the $1,543 down to our variable expenses. And then before I forget, I want to jump over to the debt snowball. So normally we would have those 2 credit card bills, but we did the balance transfer, and so I still want to leave them in the budget kind of to add to the snowball. And then I also have that student loan, which is normally on the 1st. So I want to add that into the snowball as well. So we're going to do the student loan debt snowball. and that's always on the first of the month, and that is 100 that we budget for. And then those other two credit card debt snowballs are normally on the 26th, and we're going to do another 100 there. So I knew that was kind of less than the number I had in my head. So I'm just going to add those in so I don't forget, and then we'll see if we can hopefully add more to that. But for now, 1543. So if we keep this in mind, we've really got about 1343 that we're budgeting here. So this is our variable cash envelopes. So we always have groceries, Costco, gas, we do house and beauty, we do miscellaneous, we do spending money, we do takeout, we do water, and water in our variable expenses pays for just, we buy drinking water, so that pays for 50 gallons of drinking water. And then we budget some money for my husband's just work period. So yeah, groceries, jumping in, we do 300 for groceries for our family. Costco, I usually budget 200, but I know I want to increase my gas, and I feel like we're pretty well stocked on Costco. So I'm going to just pop 100 in there, and we'll see if that works. We might need to change it up a little bit, but we'll see. Gas, I normally budget 150, and that usually is pretty good for both my husband and I. I don't know about you guys's, geez, I don't know about you guys, but our gas prices are increasing pretty quickly around here. I'm not really sure why or what's going on, but I think this morning I saw it was up to $3.70 a gallon again. So I think I want to increase this a little bit, and so I think I'm going to budget 175. I think that should be good. Both my husband and I just filled up kind of earlier this week, so we'll see how long that lasts. So they're going to do 175. House and beauty is going to get its normal 40. Same for miscellaneous, it's normal 40. We usually do 300 in spending. We usually do 100 in takeout. Our water increased. If you saw my last budget with me, I kind of explained that, but our water increased, so we're going to budget 38 for that. And then I usually budget 100 for my husband for the work period. So let's see what that gives us. With things kind of going up a little bit. And then a few kind of, oh, I know what I forgot up here. So shoot, okay. I have our garbage bill is due by 5/1, so I'm going to put 430 on here, and it is, so we pay for garbage quarterly. This does not include like our water and sewage. This is literally just garbage and recycle pickup, and it is, I'm going to budget 62. So I knew I was forgetting some stuff. So let me go back and fix my math. So if we had 2857 plus 62 now, that's actually 2919. So let's fix that, which is going to change this and this. Okay. 2919. All right. Try again. So that leaves us 1481. Yeah, I think it's going to be a tighter budget with me, and hopefully, like I said, hopefully our second pay will come in quite a bit more. It should, but I just, makes me nervous to count on that. The one time I did, and it was like, oh boy. Okay, all right, let's add this back up again. Sorry about that. I'm a little discombobulated, filming a little bit later than I normally try to. So now I feel like I'm rushing before I have to go get the girls from school. $11.93. Let me just double check that, y'all. Sometimes I can't talk and think and work all at the same time. Yeah, $11.93 total here. Okay, and if we take that from the $14.81, that leaves us with $288. Okay, so we'll bring the $288 over here. Okay, and we already have $200 in debt snowball, so I think I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. So that's going to give us $88 left over. And Luna, she's jumping down here. So the reason we skip over sinking funds and come right over to extra debt is because debt payoff is our priority. So this is where we want to see most of our extra income going. So I feel pretty good about that. I don't want to completely ignore sinking funds so that we don't continue to add on to debt when things come up. So I think just leaving the snowball in there and then throwing the 88 at sinking funds sounds like a good plan. And then if we have higher income, we'll make an adjustment from there. So let's come up to our sinking funds. We've got $88 here. Okay, and let me try to think. We have two priority sinking funds, Christmas and softball. And I did have to pull some money out of softball for my daughter. She needed new cleats and new turfs, so that cost us about $200. Sports are so expensive, you guys. So let me just kind of think. You know, the rest of our sinking funds are in a pretty good place. So I was just trying to kind of think what else I have that I might want to add money into. And I think the next two would be like pets and a house sinking fund. So I have a house sinking fund, like I have a savings account open with my bank, and it's a house, I call it house savings. So normally I used to use that for our sinking fund, but because it's not in my binder, I often forget about it. So it's kind of an account where I'll move the half of the rent into. So I'll be paying the rent. I'll be paying the mortgage this pay period, but like April 7th, I pulled out the first half of the mortgage. So it's sitting in that house savings account, and then I just move it back into my checking and pay from there, and combine the two halves together. So I've always just said that could just be the house sinking fund, but because it's electronic, I forget about it. So I think I'm going to create an envelope for it, because I do really need to focus on getting some money there. With the summer, like our pest control has started back up every 2 months, and so that's going to be coming up in May, and so it'd be nice to have some funds set aside for that. I think my son's birthday is in here, but I feel pretty good about the birthday sinking fund, and I already have his gift, so I don't have to worry about that. It'd mostly just be if he wanted to eat, or, you know, and that sort of thing. So I think we're pretty set there. So I think I'll focus on these four. And we don't have much to wiggle around in there. So I'm thinking, what if I did 25 to Christmas, 25 to softball? That gives us 50, so that leaves us 38. And so I think what I'll do is 38. So why don't we do 20 into pets, and then we'll do the other 18 into house. So let's see if my math adds up. Yeah, okay, 88, perfect. So that gives us a 0 ending balance, which means we've accounted for all of our anticipated dollars. So it's the day before payday, but we always get paid in the evening time of tonight, so I'll know tonight if this is going to be more, and I'll make the adjustments to debt snowball and sinking fund. Let me zoom you back out. If we can, based on the income, and then if so, some of these numbers might look a little bit different tomorrow when we do our cash stuffing, and I'll explain what the difference is, if that, fingers crossed, hopefully is the case. But that's a look at our paycheck budget for April 21st, and yeah, I think we're pretty set. A pretty quick one there, guys, but thanks for joining me for another video. I appreciate you guys coming back and supporting. Let me know if you have any questions, comments down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. We'd love to have you here, and we'll see you tomorrow for another video, guys. Take care. Bye.